Hello everyone. So we are here with a new lesson for a daily learning course to achieve expertise in conversational English. The title and topic for today is to learn English idioms to express anger and annoyance. So sometimes be it you or be it some other person express their anger, but to be more creative with conversational English, I have always stressed on the importance of idioms. If you know idioms, not only in writing, but when you are speaking them, you give just another level of impression to somebody, right? So now we learn today some English idioms for expressing anger and annoyance, right? Okay. The lesson and the course is presented by me. Something about me, I'm pursuing BCom from Delhi University. I am a CSE aspirant and my interests include writing, dancing and photography. If you want to follow me on Unacademy, please use this link for the purpose, and for any queries, write in the comment section or in the Q&A section. Okay. Now, please do rate and review the course if you like it, because your feedback is really important to us. And even if you don't like it, give me suggestions in the review section, and please recommend the lessons that you like. Here is the recommend option, and this is what it looks like. All right. The first one is be up in arms, right? The meaning for this idiom is, if you're up in arms, which you're talking about being up in arms. So if you're up in arms about something, you are really very angry about it, right? Now the example for this is, the population was up in arms over the demolition of the old theatre. So the thing that we want to express is that the population of the area or of the country, of the city, be it anything, was up in arms, was really angry over the demolition of the old theatre. One important point, that whenever you're using this idiom, you need to give the reason of why you are up in arms, right? So you need to tell why are you so angry if you're using this idiom. Cool. The next one is get off by back. Now get off by back means you're asking somebody to stop criticizing you or whatever he's or she may be criticizing. For you are trying to they are continuously criticizing something, they are continuously having an argument with you, and you ask them to stop that. So get off by back, right? So get off means, getting off. By back means over the criticism. So the example is, Liz, please get off my back. You have been making comments about my work for much time now. So you are saying, Liz, please get off my back. Please stop criticizing. You have been making comments about my work for much time now. So what do you want to stop her about? You want to stop her criticizing about your work, right? So again, you're giving the reason. It makes it more interesting, right? It makes it more impressive. So remember key points, and you will just rock it when you speak. And even when you're not writing, you can use it when you are speaking or writing. So it will give a good impression. The next one is beer with sore head, which means if somebody is behaving like that, which it means that they are really irritated and bad tempered. So we are talking about not a specific point of time, right, but a period of time, right? Example is, when his team lost the match, Brad was like a beer with a sore head. So again, you have given the reason first, and then you are talking about the idiom. So he was like a beer with sore head. So beer with sore head means he was really irritated and he was really, really angry. He was really bad tempered, which means if anybody goes and talk to him, he would just, react very badly. So why? Because his team lost the match. This is how you mention the reason along with the idiom. Okay. The next one is have a bone to pick. Now this means that you are annoyed with somebody and you want to talk to them about it, right? So you're not negligible, you're not just ignoring the topic. You want to talk to them about that. And this is having a bone to pick means that you are angry with them and you want to talk about them, you want to have a discussion on that in that angry mood itself. So we say that they have a bone to pick. Now the example will make it more clear. Mark wants to see the boss. He says he has got a bone to pick with him. Now, what does this mean? Mark wants to meet the boss, see the boss. He says boss has got a bone to pick with him, which means that he's angry with Mark on something and he wants to talk with him about that. I hope it's clear. The next is drive up the wall. Now, this means that if something or somebody drives up the wall, they do something that greatly irritates you. So you are talking about an action that has happened which has got a bad reaction or an angry reaction, right? So example is, I can't concentrate with all the noise. It's driving me up the wall. So I can't concentrate with all the noise. So if you're studying, right? So you can't concentrate because of the noise. And what is that? This is the action that's happening. And what is the reaction? That it is driving you up the wall. So this is how you express it. I can't concentrate with all the noise. It's driving me up the wall. Clear enough? Now blow a fuse. This means that you suddenly, all of a sudden, lose your temper and you have become really angry on something. So example is, Charlie blew a fuse yesterday. Then he discovered that his iPod had been stolen. Now, when he discovered that his iPad has been stolen, he blew a fuse, which means he suddenly got angry as soon as he realized. As soon as is again a very good phrase to use in such sentences where you use this because you're talking about a sudden reaction. So as soon as he realized that he has lost his iPad, he blew a fuse. So again, we are changing the form of verb. So this is how you use it, something very basic. Now these are the practice idioms. The other ones are also a practice form. You can make sentences using them, but for these I'm not giving you examples. And finally, we have a lesson today that has practice questions because we were discussing some topics that did not need practice questions. So we finally have them. Okay, fit to be tied. The first one is fit to be tied, which means you are extremely irritated. Fly off the handle. Again, it is same as blow a fuse, which means you suddenly, because something just happened, so you are reacting very in an angry mood to it. Get a rise out of means making someone angry by joking or saying something which you know would make them angry. So you are intentionally saying something that makes them angry. And the last is foam at the mouth, which means being extremely angry about something. He had foam at the mouth after he lost the match. Cool? Okay, so fit to be tied, fly off the handle, get a rise out of, foam at the mouth. So all of these have different meanings, different forms, and different expressions and kind of expressions and different situations where you can use them. This is all about the game of idioms. The topic is same, expressing anger, but then all of them have different meanings and situations to them. Okay, so we are done with the practice idioms. Do make sentences using them and I'll check them as soon as possible. Sorry. Thanks for watching the lesson. I again remind you of the 2 query sessions that we have at the end of this course. So whatever comprehensive questions that you have regarding conversational English, majorly, I will answer, all the questions regarding writing or grammar is welcome as well. But majorly, the primary focus will be on questions on conversational English. So it will be completely 15-minute query session and you can let me know your queries. If you have any questions, write to me in the comment section or at Unacademy Digest. I hope you like the lesson. Bye bye.